CountryWide CONNECT, connecting farmers and growers to what they need to know to grow. Your daily innovative rural show with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.
Kate Acland is joining us on the line. New Zealand's red meat sector is calling for the India Free Trade Agreement to hurry up and be signed now, saying it's critical to unlocking one of the world's biggest emerging markets. We had the Honourable Minister Todd McClay on the show last week saying it's nearly here. Beef and Lamb New Zealand and Meat Industry New Zealand are saying hurry up. Kate, what was the reason behind making the urgent call this morning?
Good morning, guys. Firstly, just delighted to be with you. So I guess the media release we put out this morning was just in relation to a joint letter that a whole lot of different industry organisations from across the spectrum of what New Zealand produces put out I suppose, an open letter calling for cross-party support to get this India Free Trade Agreement across the line, because it's very important for red meat, for sheep meat, obviously, but actually it's pretty critical for a bunch of other sectors. So look, we want to see this happen. We want to see it happen before the election, and we have a really proud history in this country of bipartisan support for trade agreements. So I guess a little bit of frustration from a few different industry organisations that this hasn't been signed yet.
Yeah, well, there is a bit of pushback from New Zealand First. They've been very strong in their opposition, really, to this free trade agreement, and they're trying to work, obviously trying to get bipartisan support from the Labor Party, which will happen. Kate, does it make it? I mean, we want this signed as quickly as we can, obviously, but surely spending a little bit of time just to make sure we get all the I's crossed, all the I's dotted and all the T's crossed isn't a bad thing?
Well, look, absolutely. And, the Labor Party's raised some concerns that I think, have been addressed or are in the process of being addressed. They've raised some valid concerns, and that's a good thing. I guess we're now at the point where we could, we risk losing this. And that's what we're concerned about, because it's 20 years of negotiation, and these agreements are often not perfect from the outset, but we have the ability to negotiate and upgrade or improve in the future.
What do
Sorry, Sarah. I was just sorry. There's a little bit of problem. So, Kate, just have you heard a bit more specifically that this free trade agreement is actually at risk? Is there some more behind this than we've kind of heard publicly?
Oh, look, nothing sort of concrete, but as these things drag out, there's always that risk. We're in an election year, is the other thing. So I guess there's just a bit of frustration that we want to see this resolved.
Thank you for asking the exact question I was going to ask Andy, actually, was what does Kate know that Todd McClay doesn't? But with regards to the value that this would be to sheep meat, Kate, the reduction of 30% tariffs, what does it look like in terms of economic value?
So this is an interesting one, because it's not going to be sort of an overnight success story. We saw the same when we signed the China FTA back in 2008. It actually took almost 10 years before China became a really, really meaningful market for us. What this is about is actually that optionality, that market diversification that New Zealand so benefits from, particularly in times like this when things are really uncertain. So what this is about is it's another significant market for our sheep meat. So if something happens in one of our other markets, this is a great other option for us, or other market for us to develop. And we know that India is sort of tracking like China. It's got a growing middle class. They consume a lot of sheep meat already. So it's a really positive step for us.
Have you been to China, Kate? Have you been there with Beef and Lamb?
I've been to China a few times.
Oh, sorry, I meant India. Yeah, India, sorry. Yeah.
I was going to say I've not been to China as part of Beef and Lamb either, but no, I haven't been to India.
I went for the first time 2023, end of 2023, and I came away with a completely different opinion of India. And I just want to back you up. Like, we cannot get this signed quick enough. They are desperate for products, and that middle class is just massive, and it would just be so unbelievable for us as a country to get this signed. I think you almost have got to go there just to have some sort of mental picture or some sort of idea of the scale of that place. It's mad. It's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, it's not just red meat. There's amazing opportunities there for our honey, for our wine. There's a wool. There's a whole lot of products that would really benefit from this agreement.
It definitely ticks all Mount Summers boxes, Kate, with regards to honey and wine and wool and meat as well.
No dairy though. No dairy.
No dairy. But that's the upgrades and improvements, right? And we need to start somewhere.
Yeah, it is really, really interesting to have a look at. It does really bring into question, just with regards to Beef and Lamb's, collaboration with Meat Industry Association on that role in trade and markets as an organisation. Is that something that you want to strengthen around your leadership with Beef and Lamb New Zealand? Because it's quite a good direction of travel to have that level of awareness around our market diversification.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. I mean, it's been a real focus of, as you know, Nathan Guy is the chair of the Meat Industry Association, and it's been a real focus of both of ours over the last couple of years, just making sure we're absolutely in step in all of our market activities. And the different organisations have their different strengths. We have staff based in both the UK and the USA, so often we'll take the lead in those markets. But at the same time, MIA probably takes the lead in things like China. But we're absolutely, we try and go hand in hand in everything we do, both from a sort of a cost efficiency point of view, but actually just making sure we are fully in line from farm gate right through to processor.
Kate, I just want to change tack slightly now and talking about the Beef and Lamb farm profitability report that came out. Must have been very, very happy to see that, obviously with a couple of headwinds or a couple of caveats of things looking a little bit, unknown with what's happening around the world with some of our markets, but on the whole, pretty good picture.
But look, it's absolutely fantastic. And it was needed. It's been a tough couple of years. But what we're really trying to do is spread this message more widely that this is great for New Zealand. Sheep and beef farmers are spending money every day in their regional communities. We've got a figure of $16 million a day is what red meat farmers are spending on goods and services in their regional communities. So, it's great for farmers, but it's really great for wider New Zealand as well.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey, Kate, thank you very much for joining us on CountryWide Connect as we get underway into our third week. Really appreciate it. And I'm sure it won't be the last time that we have you on the show. There's so many things to talk about on a regular basis. So thank you so very much. Kate Acland, the chair of Beef and Lamb New Zealand.
Thanks, guys.
CountryWide Connect, connecting farmers and growers to what they need to know to grow. Your daily innovative rural show with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.